and I think about 5 to 10% had like
Part
a
females.
full-time scholarship till
Okay.
they graduate. Like the scholarship is of various,
Okay. Different scholarship programs.
yes, it's of various
So
aspects.
before then, it has never happened.
It has never happened in the history
Wow.
of the
Could you
college.
imagine a woman like really challenging the men out there? Good day, guys. Welcome on board to your favorite YouTube channel, Next Star Hub. I welcome you officially to the episode 8 of Real G's podcast. So, I have with me,
Olisa Nwamaka Augusta.
okay, actually, she's the first female welfare director, the first president of the Olabisi Onabanjo University College of Agricultural Sciences, and also the first female senator to represent the OOU chapter at the national level. So she's here with me to navigate her feet towards achieving all these successes. So first, to kick things off, can you tell us a bit about what first inspired you to step into the leadership role, especially in the College of Agricultural Sciences?
Okay, so thank you for the opportunity. Well, reasons not far-fetched. I find myself in an environment where my gender, we females, are being stereotyped. That okay, there's nothing possible, like nothing close to perfection that a guy does that your gender could do. So it's part of things that fueled my reasons for contesting and breaking records.
Wow, wow, wow. Very good to know. So, what was the driving force behind your decision to run for president? Was there a particular moment or experience that sparked this ambition?
Yes, in my 200 level,
Okay.
when I was the first female welfare director, I got to know that there are some things I needed to do, and I would do better if I attained the position of presidency.
Okay.
Even though I was not able to achieve all, but I would categorically say I was able to achieve
Most of them.
85%
Wow.
of everything set out, and even more, but it's not it's not so easy to achieve everything you wish to achieve in such time frame.
Okay. So good to know. So for running for president in a field traditionally dominated by men must have been challenging. So what were some of the biggest hurdles you have faced along the way?
Well, yes, that's true. I faced a lot of challenges, I'm not going to lie. First is the fact that the other gender, which are females, they tend to like want to like, oh, take advantage of me being a lady. And the fact that they talked me down into the ambition was really crazy. A lot of setbacks, which I thank God did not claim a whole lot of me.
Okay.
So
Like could you mention any of them?
ah, it's quite tough to say
We
everything
would love to
on here,
know.
but I would say mostly what my gender faces in such atmosphere where males are the dominant
Okay.
is the fact that they want to take advantage of you being a lady.
Okay.
They will talk you out into doing what you really want to do. Like the saying of obìnrin ni ẹ́, o lè ṣe, like you're a female, you can't do it. Why would you do it? What are your mates are busy cooking, doing all those stuff. Like the stereotype is crazy.
Uh,
So I faced a lot of challenges, yeah, because I had to like work in meals during campaign,
so can you
during
really
the
tell us what like pick out one like one of the biggest challenge you faced?
my biggest challenge I faced was convincing people, like the males most especially, to support me.
Okay.
It was really tough because you know
They
the
they get
environment we
I
find
get a point.
ourselves.
Like having a female leader, they don't have the actual
It was
leading you.
crazy.
Wow. So, did you ever encounter skepticism because of your gender? How did you navigate those moments when people doubted your ability simply because you're a woman?
Yes, I encountered skepticism, yes. From even a female like me.
Wow,
I choose not to mention the
names.
lady's name. There's one in particular,
Okay.
and she was like, "Why presidency? Presidency is for males. Why would you go for it?" Stuff like that. And she was like, "Why not settle for VP or probably Gen Sec?" And I was like, "I know what I want." And the determination is part of what fueled my enthusiasm and energy that period. So I was able to convince her a little that day because I had numerous of things to do. You know, when it's election period, you get to talk to a lot of people, get to do a lot of consultations, meetings, and what have you, like tend to draft out strategies as to winning. So it got to a point I still went back to her again, still texted her, "Oh, babe, what's up? My ambition. Hope you've not forgotten about it." And she was like, "You're still on it. I thought they already settled for VP now. Why presidency again?" Then she just said, "I wish you all the best. I know you've done it before while serving as the welfare director, and I'm sure that you will do it and do it better." That was what she told me. Then the rest is history.
Funny to know. So, were there times when you felt like the odds were staked against you? How did you keep pushing forward?
Were there times where
When you felt like the odds were staked against you, and
yes,
things not going to your favor.
yes, the words, it's normal for one to be tensed while going for elections, most especially in this college where I find myself in. Well, what made me overcome those tensions was prayer.
Okay.
In everything I do, I put God first
Wow.
because He's the author of life and the finisher of our faith. So prayers and most times praises. I could just be sitting and be praying while the person beside me will not even know that that's what I am doing. So I tend to pray a lot because
Actually, the prayerful time.
yes, of course, at a point I felt sick, very, very critically ill during the electioneering process, like in terms of campaign.
So
But
should it be the stress or maybe like a spiritual attack?
Ah, I cannot say in particular what was it, because all through my life, even my mom attested to that, I've never gotten this ill.
Okay.
So I can't say, I really can't say, but God did.
Wow. So looking back, what are some of the achievements during your presidency that you are most proud of?
Okay, well, my major achievement while I was the president of NAS OOU, the 33rd president at that. I was able to secure scholarships for about 80 to 100 students.
Wow.
Most of them, majority of them, I think about 50% had a full-time scholarship.
Wonderful.
About I think 30 had half half the tuition,
Okay.
and I think about 5 to 10% had like a
Part payment.
full-time scholarship till
Okay.
they graduate. Like the scholarship is of various,
Okay. Different scholarship programs.
yes, it's of various
So
aspects.
before then, it has never happened.
It has never happened in the history
Wow.
of the
Could you
college.
imagine a woman like really challenging the men out there? So, okay, were there any initiative or project you launched that you feel made a lasting impact on the college?
Initiatives,
Or
that I
any kind of
launched,
projects?
projects. Well, I do not have I do not keep things to mind, like things I do. I
Okay.
do not keep them to my course.
So there's no
I feel,
actually.
I feel why I said so is because I feel it's a service to humanity, yeah. So
Okay.
there's no point in me say taking all credit or glory of something. But I would
But maybe
say
your team. Let's say your team.
yes, in my team in particular, we did a campaign on drug abuse, yeah.
Okay.
Because it was brought to my office attention then that our students were starting to abuse drugs,
Okay.
which wasn't very good. So we need to like sensitize them on it. Then we were able to provide some basic amenities, yeah, such as prophylactics, such as drugs,
Okay.
such as inhalers, such as what are they calling this? Sanitary pads and toiletries. Yeah.
Oh. So how would you describe your leadership style?
Hmm. Ah, I can't really say, but situations warrant my actions
Wow.
most times. So sometimes I can
So
be,
has it actually evolved since you started like
yes,
leadership role? You took the
yes,
leadership role.
yes. Sometimes I can be autocratic. I won't lie. Sometimes I can be democratic, but I would say 80% of times I was democratic and not autocratic. So it is whatever situation I find myself in.
Mass your action.
Yes,
Wow.
exactly.
So was there a specific challenge that really tested your leadership and helped shape you to lead today?
There are a lot of challenges.
Share one.
No, there are a lot of challenges, correct. I think I had more of males in my administration
Okay.
than females. So it was more like hell at some point because I was frustrated.
Actually, they want to go by your command.
Not that when they do not want to go by my command, I tend to like be domineering,
Okay.
like more like authoritative.
Okay.
So whenever I'm that way, they'll be like, Madam President, she has started.
She
I
has
don't
changed
want
her
that
ways.
allow for this kind of thing. But my major challenge was with my team, yeah, was the fact that most of them they were not experienced.
Okay. So working
So
with inexperienced.
in the whole team, I think it was just me and my vice president in the CEC that were we're like returning comrades.
Okay.
Rest of them was just it's a one time thing, it's their first time in. So I do not
So
really
they actually
expect
doesn't have the leadership qualities.
yes,
Okay.
but with time they changed.
Okay. Okay. Balancing the demands of leadership with your personal and academic life must have been tough. How do you manage it all?
Very, very tough. Yeah, but with God all things are possible. Yeah. So I tend to like sacrifice my own private time for my academics. Because one thing the provost of the college, in person of Professor Adiwale Sheson Otoya, and my HOD, my daddy, person of Dr. Ashley, will always remind me of this. In all you do, your academics must not suffer for it. In everything you do, remember that this office is temporary and your academics, like your
It's actually
results,
permanent.
is yours till forever. So know how you balance the two. It was not easy, but with God it was.
Okay.
And with sacrificing my sleep and my precious little moments, I was able to. And for the records, my GP actually increased.
Very good to know about that. So, what kind of impact do you think your presidency has had on the college community, especially for female students?
Well, the track records are there. I do not keep records of my track record. It's mostly people that tell me, "Oh, you did this, you did." I'll be like, "Oh, really?" I mean, auntie mom. So I would say the records, for the records, yeah, I have been able to like give room for other females to vote and be voted for.
Oh,
Like they can come in to
this
contest for that position. Because had it been, not that there's no administration without a flaw, yeah, but had it been the way major fuck ups,
okay.
people would not like give.
Room for another female to
Yes,
continue.
because I what I did towards the end of my administration was to carry out a survey amongst staffs and students to like give me an overview of how female leadership can be, like empowering female leadership can be. So they said that with the things I've been able to achieve, despite being an undergraduate, that they are sure that
They give the
they
female
will give
more
females more
chances.
chances
Wow.
to rule. And they've been asking me who will be the second female president. I said I don't know.
Well,
Years to
it's,
come
you are now
or
you
academic
are
sessions to
actually a
come.
godfather now to the females.
Yeah, and not
Very,
really. I'm just
very
me. Let me just say,
okay.
I'm just me.
Okay. Can you share any stories about how you have supported or mentored female students during your time as a president?
Well, I there are various times though, but I push more for females to be in power. Yeah, because the office of president comes with a whole lot of expectations and a whole lot of things to do because you're a major stakeholder
Okay.
being the president. So there were times where some organizations, or I would say other arms of government,
Like the
in
real-time politicians.
yes, where I like submit names of like people, and mostly not that I'm being biased, but just to like put them to test, and they didn't fail.
Okay.
And I always cheer for females going for anything,
Any position.
irrespective of the school or the organization
So
or anywhere.
anyway, so you can vouch for a female president in Nigeria now.
Yes, why not? If God will have it, I might actually run for it. I don't know.
So,
But
our dear viewers, you actually seen the your next female president of
if God
the
will
Federal
actually,
Republic of
if
Nigeria.
God will,
Okay.
because it's not that
So, do you
easy.
think your leadership has changed how women in leadership are viewed within the college and beyond?
And yes, yes, it does. It does. Because one thing my people, every politician will have inner circle. One thing
Okay.
my people would always tell me, baby girl, when you get there, don't disappoint us. Don't you're the face of females now. If you fuck up, no female will be given the opportunity or the privilege you have. So don't fuck up. And when I emerged, it was still baby girl, you don't enter now. You remember wetin we dey always tell you, do not fuck up. So it has given me
You
the
actually
push to
didn't
like,
disappointed him.
yes.
Okay.
And to be candid, after the dissolution like of my tenure,
Okay.
I got remarks from people and I was like, wow, I'm glad I I was a change.
Okay.
Like I'm glad I was a voice of my people. Like I'm glad that I was able to like truly represent my people well, even though I do not have memories of this thing. I won't lie to you.
I think we should work on that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those data
it's
helps a
I
lot.
feel this because of my type of person.
Okay.
The fact that I have done something good to
You
you
just feel.
doesn't mean I should keep it to
Okay.
memory. That's just me.
Wow.
So it's not anything.
So
But I
good.
have documents to
Yeah.
back
Okay.
them
Okay.
up. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
can
Okay. You
easily
have
go back.
okay real time fact.
Yes, I can easily go back to it to like, oh, I did this, I did
Okay.
that.
Wow. So good to know. So what are some of the most important lessons you have learned during your presidency, and how have these lessons shaped you?
A whole lot of lessons. The number one lesson is you being the leader or the head. You are the biggest. servant, if not servant, slave safe. Cause you would like there were times where issues happened here with my team and I had to like apologize to them. Not that I didn't have
Mm,
fault
okay.
or not that my fault was so big. They were mostly at fault. But for the sake of peace
So
and me being a leader, I have to like lead by example. It's a major lesson for me because I was not expecting it. I feel like situations like this, it should be the other way around. But
it just has to be that way.
I just have to fit there.
So you mean
Then
being a leader now, you are there to serve as a servant, or
not just fine, it is to serve the entire student populace, but you are more of the servant in your administration. Because if you are fueled with the mission that you must not fuck up, you have to do it the way it's being done and do it better. You will not want to see flaws. There were things I was not meant to do that okay, there are people for like there are people's offices that okay, this office is to carry out this office is to carry out this. That I have to like take it upon myself to oversee, not just oversee,
perform that function?
perform that function. Fine. I'm not disputing or trying to undermine the efforts of those
Cool.
officers, but it was more like my cabinet members will say, you like perfection or something close to perfection. I'm like, yes, I like it because that's how it's meant to be. Because any mistake from the team, who would suffer it most? Our followers.
Sure, sure. Wow, very good to know. So, what are some of the okay? I see that already. Okay. What advice would you give to young women who aspire to leadership roles, particularly in fields that have been traditionally been male dominated?
Okay, my advice is in everything you do and anywhere you find yourself in a male dominated area, do not be intimidated.
Okay.
Do not be intimidated. Stay determined and very, very focused. Once you can do those three,
Yeah, good to do.
soft landing, very soft landing, because the intimidation will definitely come. And slandering of image, they will slander you a whole lot in male dominated environments. They will slander you because they don't want to see you do better than them and they don't want to they don't want to go back to they don't want to go back to correct the notions they've like criticized.
Okay.
So you have to stay focused and be very determined on achieving your goals.
So, is there anything you would have done differently, knowing what you know now?
Knowing what I know now, anything I would do differently. Okay. Yes. Knowing what I know now, what I would have done differently is not to trust people,
Okay.
not to
In the game of politics.
not just politics is normal. You don't have a permanent friend or foe in politics. What we have is just permanent interest.
Okay.
Not to trust people in general. I have issues with it. I trust people a whole lot, and it like affected me at some point
Okay.
because seeing you for the very first time, I already automatically believe that oh, this person can do this right. Like I just assume that oh, you can do this, and that's it. But subsequent times to come,
You begin to disappoint.
yes. So,
Okay. So, looking ahead, what's your vision for the future of the College of Agricultural Sciences? What do you hope to see in the coming years?
a whole lot. But why there's a but is because the how will I put it? The country we find ourselves is not encouraging. But OICAS is not there yet. It's not yet at the point it should be. But we are getting there bit by bit, but the process is
Very
very
slow.
slow.
Okay.
Okay, so what I would mostly do is, and I'm still processing it, is to make sure the alumni, because I was able to bring back the like alumni to come to the college and
Okay.
see things for
So
themselves.
actually,
And
the school had no alumni
no,
association,
they do
or
have an alumni
it was actually not
association.
active.
They are active, but it is more like Kotoba Queen Cinema Dasi. Like it's whatever you call me to, I would interfere.
They had
So
no
most of them
concern.
did not school in Ayetoro.
Okay.
I'm talking about sets from like 1980, 1970 something.
Of
There you get
OOU cars.
of OU cars when
Oh,
they were still in Angola. So I had to like do meetings with them when I was the president,
okay.
and also like give them a view of what the college
Yes, no.
is now and things they could like help us do or facilitate to make the college
Better.
better. So I'm still pressing on. I won't relent,
Okay.
even though I have to like work with the present administration because yeah, they are the one in power.
Wow. In your view, what role do you think women will play in the future of agricultural sciences and leadership, both within the college and in the broader field?
Well, um, we are trying. We are not there yet. For my gender, we are not there yet. But we are getting there. And you play lead roles, correct? Now, I noticed that will I say the world or the country, they are going females
Okay.
in the sense that females are standing up for themselves. They are challenging themselves to do better, and not just to do better, to do to do more than what is expected of them by the male counterpart.
Wonderful. So how can institutions like OOU cars do more to support and encourage women to step into leadership roles?
And I would say they should never for once doubt the person's ability. Because when you doubt a person's ability, it's of two ways. Either they press on
Or
or
they
they
relent?
quit. Yes.
Okay. So as we wrap up, what legacy do you hope to leave behind and how? How do you see future female leaders building on the work you have done?
I can't say for now because mostly the females and they are not holding strategic positions
Positions,
in the
okay.
college.
So since you left, nobody has actually like pick on the legacy or like build on the legacy.
And the only part I've seen is the public relations officer, who is currently a female.
Okay.
And from what I've heard, going by the records,
It's
she's the
actually
first female.
okay.
So I don't know yet because I've not like engaged her. The only
Okay.
time we spoke was when she was contesting. So she emerged, like we've not had a proper conversation. So I don't know. I know not every government or every administration works on what the previous administration
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
has done.
People are
So
trying to build a name for themselves.
yes, so everybody is just doing what they know how to do best.
So, so very good to know. Actually, we have been speaking with Senator Comrade Nwamaka Augusta. Actually,
I'm a student of National Nigeria representing Olabisi Onabanjo University
okay.
College of Agricultural Sciences, Ayetoro Iwa campus.
Wonderful. So she has been navigating her story towards achieving a whole lot of feats, being the first female rising from the welfare director to the president and also a sitting senator. So actually we enjoyed our time with her and we hope to see more of her in episode to come. So you're welcome, comrade.
Thank you very much.
So,
It's a privilege to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. God bless you and God bless the crew.
you're welcome.